Thank you very much, Minister, also for reacting to our colleagues' comments. This debate is now closed, and we're coming to the next item on the agenda, which is Council and Commission statements, the electoral law, the investigative committee, and the rule of law in Poland. And I should like to inform members that there will be only one round of political group speakers, and therefore there is no catch-the-eye procedure and no blue cards will be accepted. And we start the debate again with Minister Jessika Roswall, please.
Thank you, President, honourable members, Commissioner. In a democracy, free and fair elections are cornerstone and must be safeguarded. But the preconditions for democracy does not end there. A democratic society demands free speech, fair conditions for political parties, active civil society, independent judiciaries, and much more. In short, there is no democracy without fundamental rights and the rule of law. They are elements of a functioning democracy as well as the foundation of the European project. That is why fundamental rights and the rule of law is one of the Swedish presidency's priorities. I am therefore grateful to be able and have been invited to contribute to this debate. We all know that the EU and the Member States have a shared responsibility to uphold these values. Therefore, the EU institutions must act in accordance with this responsibility. And today's debate on the recent legislations introduced in Poland on the State Committee for the Examination of Russian Influence puts this issue on the agenda. To have this debate is in line with this responsibility. Russia's war in Ukraine has clearly shown that we must stand up for democratic principles as a clear alternative to authoritarian states that violate international law and human rights. That is one of the reasons that we are taking this so seriously. At this point in time, it is a natural reaction to review Russian influence. It is a legitimate objective, but it must be done in accordance with the principle of the rule of law. It is for the Commission to regularly monitor the rule of law situation in the Member States, carrying out its analysis and signal any new developments that is, in this view, deserves the attention of the Council. We also have taken note that the infringement procedures are launched by the Commission, and this is the Commission's role as guardian of the treaties. I am convinced that the Commission will elaborate on this in their work to monitor rule of law situation in the Member States, including the Article 7 procedure. Finally, I just want to inform, as had already been informed in the Parliament during the last hearing of Poland in the General Affairs Council in May, it was clear that the process under Article 7 will remain on the Council's agenda. And the Presidency remains ready to engage with the European Parliament on rule of law issues, as it is the case with today's debate. Thank you very much for your attention.
Merci beaucoup, Madame la Ministre. Et nous passons au commissaire Didier Reynders. La parole est à vous.
Merci, Monsieur le Président, dear Minister, honourable members. Thank you for this debate on electoral law and the rule of law situation in Poland. And allow me to start with the new law on the State Committee for the examination of Russian interference in the internal security of Poland in the period 2007 till 2022. As I mentioned 2 weeks ago in plenary, this is a development that the Commission is following with great concern. On the 26th of May, this law was adopted by the Polish Parliament and has then been signed by the President of the Republic and entered into force. The new law creates a special committee to investigate Russian influence on, amongst others, senior public officials in the period 2007 till 2022, to the detriment of the public interest. It grants significant powers to this administrative body, in particular to start investigations, to organize public hearings, to qualify certain persons as having taken decisions under Russian influence, and to take so-called remedial measures against those persons. This could be used to unduly interfere with the democratic process. Following a thorough assessment, the Commission decided on the 8th of June to open an infringement procedure against Poland. Among others, the Commission considers that the new law violates the principle of democracy as well as the principles of legality and non-retroactivity of sanctions. Poland has been given 21 calendar days to reply to the letter of formal notice. And since our last debate last Monday in Libe, I have continued to exchange with the Polish government, with the Minister of European Affairs, and I want to inform you that I have received different comments about the fact that now there is a series of amendments tabled to the Polish Parliament to change such a law, and with an important decision to not select members of the Commission until the new law, so the new amendment, will enter into force. But of course, we have sent a letter of formal notice to Poland, and we will wait a formal answer before to consider the next step. But with our reaction, we have seen already some moves in Poland about the legislation. We will see, of course, the results of those moves in the near future. En ce qui concerne la loi électorale polonaise, la Commission suit la situation de près également. Le 31 mars, des modifications de cette loi sont entrées en vigueur. Les nouvelles dispositions visent notamment à introduire un registre central des électeurs, à assurer le transport de certains électeurs le jour des élections, à permettre de filmer les opérations de vote ou à renforcer les règles sur le dépouillement des votes. L'organisation d'élections libres et équitables est la responsabilité des États membres, dans le respect des normes internationales. La Commission soutient l'échange de bonnes pratiques en matière électorale entre États membres dans le cadre du réseau de coopération européenne en matière d'élections. La Commission prend également acte de l'initiative de plusieurs groupes parlementaires de demander à l'OSCE d'effectuer une mission d'observation lors des prochaines élections en Pologne. Je rappelle que la Commission de Venise considère que l'observation des élections joue un rôle important et permet de constater si le processus électoral s'est déroulé dans les règles. Je crois que c'est un des points particulièrement à vérifier lorsque la mission d'observation se met en route. Et la Commission de Venise souligne aussi qu'il est préférable que l'observation soit ouverte le plus largement possible, à la fois sur le plan national et sur le plan international. Nous serons donc très attentifs à l'évolution de la situation en la matière. More broadly, when it comes to the situation of the rule of law in Poland, I had the occasion to update ministers on the 30th of May in the General Affairs Council in the framework of the Article 7 hearing on Poland. The day after, I presented the position of the Commission on this issue in this Parliament. Allow me to recall that at that occasion, I concluded that overall, despite a number of important positive changes, serious concerns remain. In addition, let me note that on the 5th of June, the Court of Justice, in its Grand Chamber formation, delivered a final ruling in one of the infringement cases launched by the Commission concerning Poland. The Court of Justice held that all the provisions contested by the Commission of the law on the judiciary, adopted in December 2019, infringe EU law, in particular the principles of judicial independence and effective judicial protection. You may recall that prior to the Court of Justice judgment, Poland has failed to fully comply with the interim measures set out in this case in an order of the Court of July 2021. For this reason, Poland was ordered by the Court, upon request of the Commission, to pay penalty payments of €1 million a day. On the 21st of April, the Vice President of the Court lowered this amount to €500,000 per day, in view of notable progress in the implementation of the Court's order. This order came to an end with the final judgment of the Court. As Poland has not paid these penalty payments, the Commission has organised an offsetting concerning European funds due to this member state. It is now for Poland to take the necessary measures to fully implement the final judgment of the Court. The Commission will carefully monitor the implementation of this judgment, and the Commission recalls that compliance with rulings of the Court of Justice and with the primacy of EU law are cornerstones of our shared commitment to the rule of law. As the Court of Justice underlined in its judgment of the 5th of June, the value of the rule of law is an integral part of the very identity of the European Union as a common legal order, and it is given concrete expression in principles containing legally binding obligations for the member states. Let me reiterate that the rulings of the Court of Justice are binding and must be implemented. The Commission, therefore, expects that the Polish authorities will swiftly and fully implement the judgment in question, as required under EU law. As regards the situation on the ground, I will limit myself to summarising what I set out in my intervention in this Parliament 2 weeks ago. So far, the Polish authorities have taken no steps to address the serious concerns in relation to the independence of the National Council for the Judiciary. As regards the Supreme Court, there are serious doubts whether a number of its judges appointed in 2018 and 2019, including its first president, comply with the requirements of independence stemming from Article 19 of the Treaty on the European Union. Finally, as regards the Constitutional Tribunal, serious concerns persist as the Polish authorities have not taken any action to address the concerns of the Commission. And in February, the Commission decided to refer Poland to the Court of Justice for violations of EU law by the Constitutional Tribunal and its two rulings issued in 2021 that challenge, among others, the primacy of EU law. Of course, we'll continue to follow the different procedures. We will continue to use all the different tools at our disposal to be sure that it will be possible to restore a real independence of the judiciary in Poland and to protect democracy, like we have started to organize the procedure about the new law in organizing the State Committee. So, and thank you for this debate, and I'm looking forward to your intervention. But first of all, I want to thank you for your attention. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Reynders. And now the floor goes